What you see here at the bottom is your Sage 300 construction and real estate solution that'll be installed in the back office or perhaps in a hosted environment. By harnessing the power of the cloud or the internet, Sage Service Operations is able to read and write service-related information directly from the field via a mobile device. Your users simply need to log into the website to access their work order-related information. Excuse me. The solution will empower the back office to schedule and dispatch out work order assignments for your employees and technicians. The solution will also save your office staff time. Information captured in Sage Service Operation is being written directly back to your service management module, alleviating manual data entry. And because the time is being accumulated throughout the week, it's going to empower us to process payroll much more quickly at the end of each pay period. Sage Service Operations also empowers your technicians out on the work order. It will empower them to see work site history as well as create purchase orders, and they can even create their own work orders. And as all of this content is being created, the information is going to be readily available back in the 300 CRE system. In addition, Sage Service Operations can be used for simply tracking time. With the time entry only license, users can get information regarding their work assignments, and then they can punch in and out as well as submit their weekly time cards. Throughout the presentation, we will be showcasing the tight integration between Sage Service Operations and your 300 construction and real estate, and ultimately I'll be showing where all of that data is being written back to. We will also be highlighting the different user roles as well as different features that the solution has to offer. In addition to the 3 license types that you see here, we do also have a license type for your client portal. This would be for your customers that you may be servicing on a frequent basis. Let's take the example of a customer like McDonald's. They may come to you for those service requests. We give you guys a client portal which will allow them to go ahead and sign in and submit those work order requests directly to you guys. Before we take a deep dive at Sage Service Operations, we would need to understand how it differentiates itself from other solutions. Most dispatching or scheduling solutions are going to be a bolt-on to your existing accounting database. What this means is there's 2 databases that need to sync intermittently throughout the day. So as you're transferring data between the mobile database and your Sage database, this could cause latency and potentially cause some data integrity issues, and this is not the way that Sage Service Operations functions. As other solutions need to sync throughout the day, Sage Service Operations is a true extension of your accounting system out into the field. Sage Service Operations utilizes your service management database, so there's never any inconsistency between different systems since it's using the same database. All of your work orders are going to be updated in real time, so are all of your notes, purchase orders, and time submitted throughout the day, all being accumulated in real time. Sage Service Operations is a browser-based solution with responsive design. Today we will be operating mainly from my laptop machine, much how an office user would be accessing the solution. However, I will be taking a few moments to emulate what it would look like for your users out on the field, whether they're using a tablet or a phone. Depending on how you access the site, Sage Service Operations is smart enough to contour the site to the screen real estate available. You can see here that when accessing from a tablet or an iPad, the site's going to look similar to how I'm accessing it from my laptop today. If you were accessing the solution from a cell phone, the responsive design is going to change the site to be efficiently accessed using the scrolling methods with a touch-enabled interface, much like the button options you see on the right side of your screen here. We will also be taking a look at the different time tracking options within the system. With regards to time entry, we will be looking at 2 different options. We can either go with the punch action, which is going to give us the most level of detail. Each user punches in and out when they start, punches out when they've completed. We can track lunches, breaks, travel time, and suspended time. And the second option is going to be your standard time entry, which basically lets you enter in a certain number of hours for a certain work order or job, and then push that information back to your 300 construction and real estate. We do also support the ability for one person to submit time for multiple other people, which would empower a technician to track time for his entire crew. As all of this time is being seen in the back office, they'll be able to dispatch and schedule employees out as they finish those assignments, and technicians will also have visibilities to their assignments as soon as they are created. And all of this information, again, is going to be writing back to your service management database. Sage Service Operations will provide all of the tools that your service and field employees need to be successful. Technicians can easily enter in their time and quotes from Sage Service Operations. We can also load in custom forms that can substitute documents you may currently be using out on the job. We can enable custom signatures that can be captured directly from a mobile device out in the field using Sage Service Operations. Within the program, users can also see their work order assignments and details. With the correct permissions, users can also see service site history for the past several years if necessary, as well as any equipment that's been serviced on those sites. Sage Service Operations also supports the ability to create a purchase order, as well as the ability to create a purchase order credit. Parts can be removed from your inventory to different stocking locations within Sage Service Operations, and all of these options are going to be user-specific, which gives you the power to decide who does what with the software. And with that introduction, let's go ahead and jump on into the solution here today. What you see here is the scheduling and dispatching board, which can be used for scheduling out those work order assignments to your team. On the left-hand side here, I have all of our list of active work orders here. I can go ahead and filter these out if necessary. We can look at just those that are unassigned or just those for a particular site. We can even see those that have just been assigned to particular employees or any of these other attributes down here. These columns here will show the detail that we'll be showing underneath the search feature here. We'll go ahead and apply that here. If we wanted to go ahead and schedule out a work order, we could go ahead and just grab it from our list here and go ahead and drag that onto someone's schedule for today. I'll go ahead and drop that on for Dustin there. But just as easily, we could add this over here and add this to Leslie's schedule as well. Excuse me. We do get some visual indicators here on our dispatch and scheduling board. You'll notice that we get some color coordination here. Some of these items are going to be white on the inside or green, or perhaps they're gray there. Gray is going to indicate that that assignment has been completed, and calling back to those punch actions that your employees will be entering in, which we'll be showing here in a moment. Green here is going to indicate that we are currently working, and anything in white is going to indicate an open assignment, and so we haven't yet done anything there. From here, we can see different views. We're currently looking at this view for the next 2 weeks out. If we just wanted to see what's going on for today, we could pare that down a bit further. We can look at the week view as well as far out as a month, taking things into consideration such as paid time off or vacation and whatnot, or as well as holidays. We do also give you guys an alternate day view here, which is going to be more like an Outlook calendar type view, and from here we can move things around just as easily. Oh, that's superintendent license there, so we'll go ahead and just schedule that to someone else today. Schedule that over to Keith. We'll jump back into the next 2 weeks here. So I could continue to go ahead and schedule work order assignments out here, but let's play the scenario that you have a customer give you a call and they need to schedule some work. We can go right from here and we can search customer site history. So let's say I'll call up the Allstate University here. They want us to come out and do some service work for them. From here, we can see a bunch of information regarding this customer site here, including all of these previous work orders for when we've come out in the past. Now, because we're running off of one single database in your service management module, all of these work orders are going to be in your service management module today, which also means that if you were to plug in Sage Service Operations today, all of your existing work orders will go ahead and populate this list here as well. From the client site history, we can see equipment that may be serviced on that site. We can see different site details here, including the location and the contact. This would also be where we can get directions that would launch my maps if I were on a mobile device to get to that site. We can create quotes and see previous quotes for this particular customer. Any notes that are associated with on the client site level. We can fill out forms such as a safety form that will associate to this, and a bunch of other stuff, including attachments for this particular site here. Coming up to the work order section here, we could go ahead and generate a new work order that can go ahead and be assigned to a particular employee. So we'll go ahead and start a new work order today. It's going to go ahead and pull in the service site here automatically because we were just on that site there. Under here, we can indicate a bunch of different details regarding this particular work order. If there were associated purchase order number, we could include that here. It's going to pull in that contact name automatically. We'll go ahead and indicate the problem code today. They're not getting any cooling here today. It will be a service type job. And then this is where we would indicate that priority, calling back to those other visual indicators that we had wrapping around those assignment blocks, which I'll come back to in a moment. We'll say it's a normal level of priority, estimated repair hours, and then that employee that we're going to assign that to. I'm going to go ahead and assign that to myself here today, and then we'll include a reason here. A broken AC unit. We'll go ahead and generate that work order. All right. Now, what I'm going to do here is go back to the dispatch scheduler, which we were at just a moment ago, just to show that it will go ahead and include that new work order onto my schedule here for today. We'll go ahead into the day view, and then here's that broken AC unit that I just included here a moment ago for the 2 hours, and I think I indicated that to start right now. So we're going to go ahead and switch roles here over to the technician view to go ahead and see our assignments page. And so typically when your technicians are going to sign in, they're going to come up to this assignments page when they first log in, just under assignments here. And this is going to have all of their daily tasks here. You'll see that once this page refreshes, it's going to go ahead and include that new work order here that was just entered in my name just a moment ago, so being readily available there. From this screen here, we can see just the day view by collapsing some of the other days, but we can also have this day week view toggle here in the upper right hand corner to see just those assignments that are going on for today. You'll notice some visual indicators here on the left hand side, different color coordinations. Those are going to coordinate to these assignment priorities. I did indicate this work order here as normal priority, so that's why it's showing up in green there. So sometimes your users out in the field will be accessing this particular assignments page from either an iPad or a cell phone out in the field. Since we are accessing the same website, we will be able to emulate that here. So bear with me just a moment. If you were on a cell phone, we could get all that same level of detail here regarding your different assignments, and then we'll go ahead and jump on into that work order assignment. Jumping into this assignment here, you'll see these are kind of a button type layout. We can go ahead and jump into our assignments for the day to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and start traveling out to the client site here. We'll go ahead and indicate that we are traveling, and we'll go ahead and update that assignment here. And then when I jump back to the dispatch scheduler here for a moment, you'll notice that as soon as this refreshes, this was white on the inside of this assignment block is now going to be purple. You'll also see all of those assignment priorities that are wrapped around those assignment blocks that I described. The green one for the one that I'm working on now, indicating that normal level of priority. We're going to jump back to the technician view here, and I'm going to go ahead and give us a little bit more screen real estate as if we were working with an iPad. So we'll go ahead and do that here, and I'll go ahead and turn that over. So this would be the work order page here, where we can go ahead and start to fill out information regarding the particular work order. From the overview tab here, we can see some high-level information regarding the service site, the description that was entered. It looks like we're dealing with the broken AC unit that was entered by the back office. We can see how long we think it's going to be and any contacts, as well as getting the directions for that particular site there. We'll go ahead and jump here, and we can go ahead and enter in a new note here for this work assignment here as well. We can go ahead and indicate that we're fixing the AC unit here. And we do also support the ability to do canned messages in order to standardize the messaging across your company. For example, if the work was complete, we could go ahead and indicate that. Contact us for monthly specials. We do have the ability to enter in the office note as well. For example, if I'm available for overtime. And in addition, we can do a talk to text if we're here on a mobile device, to go ahead and alleviate kind of that typing, makes it a little bit easier for those folks. And then we can go ahead and submit those notes, and then those will be available in the back office as well. We can see the different assignments here. If we did have multiple employees assigned to this particular work order, they would be shown here below, and we do have the ability to go ahead and clock those people in and out if with the right permissions. I'm going to go ahead and start my time here. We'll go ahead and say, yep, we are on the client site now. We're going to go ahead and update that assignment status. And now you'll notice here back on the dispatch scheduler that purple will now be highlighted in green, indicating that I am currently working. And so giving that information for the people in the back office without having to give that technician a call. Yes, they are working. Yes, they are on the way to the job site, giving us all of that information as to where they are, calling back to those punch actions here. If you guys did flat rate billing, we do support that here as well. And I also wanted to highlight the labor hours here. So with regards to the time entry, we can kind of do an either or with regards to the punch actions or adding this flat time labor. Typically, we would just remove whichever option you guys didn't want to use. We'll go ahead and add the labor here to this work order assignment. We can include the pay type, the cost hours, put that in as 3. Billable hours will fill in as 3, but you could definitely change this, and I'm sure you can think of a reason why you would cost different than you were billed there. Repair type, we're going to bring an electrician in for this AC fix, and any equipment that's going to be serviced on that. So we'll go ahead and save that labor here. Now we can go ahead and add any parts that we might be using as well. So I'll go ahead and add a part here today. And this would be for any of those parts that are currently in your service management. We go ahead and pull those in from this part lookup here, indicate the quantity, how many we used, the sales price there. You can leave any of these fields blank here, and it'll go ahead and fill it in based on what's on the rate sheet. And it'll pull in that stocking location of where it currently is, as well as the work date, and we'll go ahead and save that to the work order today. Now, if you guys didn't have a part that was included in your inventory parts list, we could manage that. We could also enter that in as a miscellaneous item. One example of a miscellaneous item could be like a parking fee. You know, we got one parking fee. It cost us $12, and we're going to charge that to the customer as well. We'll indicate that as just a miscellaneous there, and we'll go ahead and save that to the work order here as well. Now, when you guys are on that actual assignment, you may want your technicians to be adding some attachments, whether that be a particular form or which we can fill out here under the reports. I currently have a quality control inspection safety form. We can also indicate that we want to pre-authorize some additional work. It may be part of your process to include, say, a before and after photo, so I'll go ahead and add an attachment here. I'll go ahead and choose from a file here today, but if you guys were on a mobile device, you would also have the option to take a photo right from here. I'm going to go, we'll go ahead and click cancel there. I'm going to choose the correct file, and then under title here, we'll just put an AC unit fix. Remove the electrical, and then we replace that. We can indicate the equipment there as well. We're uploading an image here today, so we'll go ahead and upload that. It does take just a moment to upload that, so while that's uploading, I'm going to jump back into my assignments here, and we'll go ahead and complete the assignment here. As we have finished that up, we'll go ahead and update that assignment block there. And then calling back to those punch actions once again on the dispatch scheduler, you'll notice that this was green now. It should be gray, indicating that that work has been completed. Oh, it's right here. It's just a very small amount of time, but you can see here that it has been completed. All right, jumping back to the technician view here, if we wanted to mark up that attachment, we could definitely do so. We do have the ability to sketch that up here. So if we wanted to actually indicate the work done on the AC unit, we could do so, include any comments here. And then we'll go ahead and pull in that AC unit that we just uploaded a photo of. We'll go ahead and use our finger. We can go ahead and indicate that, we removed this electrical here. We went ahead and included a new one here. And we got a good one here. Just showing the work that we had done here today. We can email this sketch to the back office here by including an email. We could send this over to the customer, whomever might want to see a copy of this, and then we can go ahead and return to the work order here. Oh, I think I forgot to save the sketch. Oh, it went ahead and saved it for me anyways. All right, so then under the attachments, we should have an appended copy of that photo. So we do have the photo I uploaded just a moment ago, as well as this PDF that was generated with an appended copy of this photo as well. This is what would be emailed over to the customer or the back office, indicating the client information, our company logo, and information regarding that particular work order. Once we have completed filling out everything on the work order, we'll jump into the Reports tab here, and we'll go ahead and create that work order ticket. From here, we can go ahead and hide some of this information if necessary. We can close some stuff such as a description or work performed, anything like that. If we wanted to hide the assignment time here, because I just punched in and out, we did indicate that as flat time labor down here below. All of the items that we pulled in, including that miscellaneous parking fee. If you guys can predetermine if it'll pull in a trip charge for a particular customer. So we do charge this customer a trip charge every time we go out there, and any of those items that we used on the particular job site at the time. We can come down here, indicate the job has been completed, and then the customer, we can get them to sign off here. We can go ahead and have our employee sign here. And then we can include the customer email as well. Some feedback I've got from customers is they'll email this to the back office, this work order here, and then that will allow the back office to manage all of their billing and whatnot. Kind of a workflow question there. So depending on how you guys want to do that, you guys can utilize your email, email this out directly from here. We'll go ahead and agree to the terms of the agreement here. We can include attachments to email out as well, but I'll just leave them both unchecked, and we'll go ahead and click continue. All right. So that pretty much completes filling out a work order and going ahead and submitting that all information. But to complete the example today, I do want to show where this information is being written back to in your 300 service management. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that up here. So bear with me just a second. So what you see here is your Sage 300 construction and real estate. We'll go ahead and launch the service management module here today. That's fine. All right. And so we jump into that All-State University, which is here at the top, which is what we created that job assignment for today. You'll see today's date, 4/9/2019, was assigned to the technician myself, Marshall Beranek. We indicated that was a service type, that they had no cooling. We have the total price for that work order here, all of the comments associated with that we had the broken AC unit. If we go ahead and open up this work order here, it'll give us information we've included, such as the location. We can see all of the inventory that was used for that particular thing, any costs associated with that, all of the assignments, punching in and out of that, and the flat time labor. We can jump into the register here to see that information here as well. That's fine. Again, I wanted to thank everyone for your time here today. I hope you have a good rest of your week.